our interview blog where we engage with public servants to delve into the complexities of today's political atmosphere and structure. Join us as we explore the perspectives of those at the leading edge of governance, shedding light on the challenges, innovations, and the evolving landscape of political in our contemporary world. Let's gain valuable insights from these dedicated individuals shaping our political narrative.
Good day, everyone. I am here at Udyongan Town Hall to conduct an interview to the Municipal Local Government Operation Officer. Let's go! Now, we are here together with our guest, Mr. Tudor Isaac B. Fabregas.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you today?
I am fine and very lucky to be your subject, no, to your interview, and of course very honored and at the same time pleasure.
And for me, it is such an opportunity to talk with you today and be part of our output for our final examination for the subject of political theory. Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, I am Tudor Isaac Fabregas. I'm current Municipal Local Government Operation Officer staff, former Student Council of Romblon State University, Vice President, year 2021, and former student of AB Political Science.
That's awesome, sir. You're such an amazing person. And let's go for our first question. What is your advice or opinion on today's political atmosphere?
Okay, so for me, as you can see, no, our political atmosphere is many of the political leaders are from a family of politicians, no? So there have a balance, no? Especially when if you will enter the in politics, doon sa ating ano na able to read and write, no? At syempre dapat kilala ka rin, mabait ka sa tao, malakas ka sa masa,
Yes.
no? So may chance ka talaga na maging isang leader. Ating political atmosphere ngayon is talagang masasabi na mas lamang yung mas may tsansa manalo yung mga kilala or anak ng mga naging leader. So yun yung ating political atmosphere.
Question po ay, what does your job contribute for today's present political structure or balance?
So our job here, especially here in Department of Interior and Local Government, in Municipal Local Government Operation Officer, ito yung opisina ng mga elected officials. Kumbaga, ang aming opisina ay ito yung mga nagmo-monitor. Ito yung opisina ng kung nangangailangan sila ng advice, no, sa kanilang mga trabaho, ay ito yung opisina na kanilang pupuntahan. Lalo na po sa mga barangay officials, no, lagi na nandito ang Department of Interior and Local Government. Kumbaga, ang aming opisina ay ito yung tawag dito, advisor, kumbaga ano ng mga elected officials, no? So, yun ang aking ano sa yung aming kung paano ma-relate yung aking trabaho.
We can say that your job, sir, is very useful for our government.
Yes, related talaga.
Yes,
no?
sir. And for our last question, how do you perceive the politics or government today in relation to your job as a public servant?
Okay, you know, sa ating government, syempre dito hindi kailangan sa opisina ka lang, no? Kahit di ba ang ating mga elected officials talagang lumalabas para malaman yung pangangailangan ng mga kanilang mga nasasakupan, no? So kami din dito sa Interior and Local Government ay as staff, no, nitong ano, nakakatulong kami dahil nag-iikot din kami ng mga barangay at inaalam din namin na yung mga serbisyo nila sa kanilang mga nasasakupan ay talagang nahahatid, no, ng itong mga elected officials natin. So as of course, as sabi ko nga, as I mentioned, I am former student leader, former vice president to student council, kami yung tinatawag noon na pandemic leaders.
Very active, sir.
Yung very active kami noon kasi pandemic leaders nga kami noon. Kami yung student leaders the time na inabutan ng pandemic. So, yung noon nung ako ay student leader, na ang ginawa ko noon, naalala ko pa, no, na yung mga na-stranded na mga student ng Romblon State University ay aking nabigyan ng ayuda baga kasi hindi makauwi noon yung mga estudyante na na-stranded eh. So, hanggang ngayon, dala-dala ko pa rin hanggang ako na nagtrabaho dito sa ating mahal na mahala ng Udjongan, hanggang naging staff tayo nitong DILG, ay pinapatuloy ko pa rin yung aking pagserbisyo sa ating mga, hindi lang sa mga taga-Udjongan, syempre, yung Romblon State University noon, may mga taga-ibang lugar eh. So, hanggang ngayon, maraming lumalapit sa akin na kailangan ng tulong, nilalapit ko sila sa tamang ahensya at ating dinadala sila para maibigay yung tamang serbisyo. Dito nga sa amin, may slogan kami, yung serbisyong may puso, no? So, yun yung aming hinahatid sa kanila na hanggang ngayon ay dala-dala ko nung ako pa ay student council.
Hello everyone, we have given a chance to interview one of the SB member of the Municipality of Udjongan. I am Jalika Gama, second year AB Political Science from Romblon State University. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for accepting our request to conduct an interview for today.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Basta for Paul sa'yo, walang problema.
Ma'am, can you please state your name, address, and job description?
My name is Kyla Yap. I'm from Barangay Batiano and I'm the former SK Federation President of Udjongan. And I was the SK Federation President of Udjongan at the age of 18. And I'm the youngest SK Federation President of the Municipality of Udjongan and in the province of Romblon. And last year, I'm a fresh graduate of Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. And now I'm 24 years old. I just turned 24 last month, October. And I graduated on time with a degree of Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. And as well as, I won as the youngest municipal councilor in the province of Romblon and in the municipality of Udjongan last year in 2022. So, I think that's all.
Thank you, ma'am. And I'm happy to hear that you're a former political science student. Let's continue po to our interview proper. What is your advice or opinion on today's political atmosphere?
My advice for today's political atmosphere is be true to yourself. And of course, with the influence of a lot of philosophers, like philosophers when it comes to politics, let's say, just be a good person and stay true to yourself and true to your principles in life. Because a lot of, most of the time we will be swayed because of some influences from other people, from other public servants or politicians, but then you have to stay true to yourself and, you know, stand with your principles. Like, you will not be swayed if you're like, you're rooted from your principle in life. Like, you don't really know when or what is that. It's kind of like coming from your why. You have to know your why and then everything will follow. So, when it comes to political atmosphere, you know, politics is conflict, right? There's no politics if there's no conflict. So, when dealing with that, you have to like weigh the pros and cons. Then you have to decide rationally based on the philosophical methods. You know, because everybody is a political animal. From
Aristotle.
I'm not sure if it's Aristotle, but let's say that it is. So, when it comes to reasoning, everybody, like in politics, it should be based on the human reason alone. And it should be rooted from like philosophy. For me, subjectively, because it helped me a lot. You know, in my 5 years of experience, it's kind of like a big help. Actually, a huge help for me to know different kinds of philosophers, to know their whys, to know how they think, like where they are coming from, what is their why, and then I'm applying it to myself as well. So, I think that's my answer to that question, number one.
Thank you, ma'am. Next question is, What does your job contribute to today's political present, structures, or balance?
Today, actually recently, after I graduate from RSU, I took like an exam, not necessarily an exam, but an application for UP Center for Women and Gender Studies. And I graduated that course. It was a hybrid class. There were times na we were like having face-to-face and online classes. But then I was able to see the feminist lens, and it actually helped me a lot. And aside from that, recently, actually last week, I graduated from the Asia Foundation Coalitions for Change. It was, I'm a scholar of Australian government. And I was able to see through the lens of the principle. It was a development entrepreneurship. And it's kind of like, there's what you call the principle, like with the grit, confidence, and autonomy, something like that. And to just start. So when I was starting, it's actually hard to like start when you were like 18 years old. So it's kind of bit like a wall, like you have to break that wall so that the stigma will stop and the stereotyping. Because when you're young, people will shut you down and people will not listen to you and even disregard you. So that's what I'm doing. And for the last 4 years, I was able to break that wall to pave a way to other youth leaders so that other youth will like, run and aspire for position in the government. And for me, I think that's it.
How do you perceive the politics or government today in relation to your job as a public servant?
It's actually interconnected. It is intertwined actually. Because politics, when deciding, government is all about control. And government is all about like giving services to the people and to the community. And on the other hand, politics is something like the check and balance, I think. So politics is kind of like debates, conflicts, because we want to know what's best for the government or for the people. And we want to know what's best for us to deliver to the people. So here comes the politics. There's these different colors, but then again, if we're like looking for the service and common good, we have to think like there's no politics in here. It's just a healthy criticisms and conflicts. Because what we're discussing is for the people. So we have to disregard this. So that's what I think about that whenever I like thought of government or politics. So as for me, subjectively, I see them not as competitors or like different political parties, but a partner for a change and to help the community. So that's why I want to make an impact. You're making a future. You want to give a future that is bright for the welfare of the children and for the youth. So as the youngest counselor, I'm continuing my advocacies to like be the voice of the youth. So what I'm doing is like conducting consultative meetings with the youth sector, with other sectors like marginalized sector, like PWD or women sector, youth and women, and like consolidate all of those data and present it to the council so that it's like a case study. So it's qualitative and you have the data. So whenever you're presenting, when you say there's a politics there, there's also the government, and it's for the common good, for the greater good of the people. And I think I'm here as a public servant to serve and not to be served. That's what public servants are. So I think that's my answer to your question.